Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Etiefoɔ ne yahwɛfoɔ ne yadɔfoɔ. Yɛkyekye a obi bia. Aha ɛyɛ home TV. Pay attention dwumadie yi ɛna w'ani gu so na wohwɛ yɛn. Ɛda obi bia ase. Mama yɛma aboafoɔ no nkratoɔ kakra bi na yɛmmra so. Aboafoɔ ebi ne ITS Pro Training Center. Pro Training Center, more offer services like CSCS card, security licenses. Within 4 days now, second security badge. Our phone number is 07904686944. And web media production, you offer services like photography, videos, wedding pictures, and wedding coverages and parties. Your phone number is 0744 888 Mu host Nana Amissah Ubuntu Bakope. Mu host Nana Amissah Ubuntu Bakope ena enmo ha yeba abeye pay attention jumedi. O pese oba jumedi so 079 56266 and 07960314868. Studio number no se o pese oba so a obetumi abasubi. Ene yene openi kasiye ewo Ghana owo media no mu ena yene ne ba bebo enkomoyi ni diane Iron ewo Akina radio all the way to Bono East region 100.9 radio station all the way Bono East region Techieman Iron o media no mu wa kadre media no mu ankasa enen de yene ne ba bebo enkomoyi Iron o te yanka cut it
04686944 07904686944 Bomadiana for India ITS Pro Training Center address and you found some you are but so bet me a construction and security and to the praying na ya kan kasa yes out of kasa so training center we na sa training center we to ya we some certificate now ya ko yi aduma we are so for baby no for na so so man hwa wo de bo pay man wo na kan hu say wo di otu abro so a wo tan yem and say anya aduma no enidi ITS Pro Center me dey me fan it is pro I just say bia ya tete nkrofo ya ma SIA license na bet me dey road security na wo dey akopa aduma o hwe se dey na nkofo aduma sai na wonya aduma ba bia me kan fama wo aye ITS Pro Center eho ani bet me ma tete na on sa ka certificate enti adati na esa wo tere wona aka chem se wonya aduma ye ITS Pro Training Center no anya SIA nkwa na ye yo ye CSCS card so aka ho CSCS card so no just one day training pep na wo wie so a unsa besa ka ho health and safety certificate so do ti why dey e hwe nkrofo agira we omo wie mo training omo akwakwa sha adwuma se wo site e bi no me gana fo mo ti why dey enne ya what me kan bo mo dia na frey awa sa numbers we so 079 04 686944 079 04 686944 Bomadi na free ya ITS Pro Training Center address enti am fa wo say wo yo ba wo so betimi awura construction and security enti wo dey frey na ya kan kasa ya sa tem kasa so training center we na sa training center we
Hello. Hello? Yes, sir. I'm a team clear. Yanko. Right. Nana, mame enchewa for ano atiefo a ene awie amo etie dwumadi kase yɛbɛ bibia akwaba ɛde ba home TV so Ghana Techieman aha ana mewa mekasa afiri na mana Ghana de bɔkɔ Techieman so bɔkɔ ɛda adepa kye edie na yɛwɔ nkwamu de nim sɛ anidaso ho kakrakra obi ajo so ai oh sir okay so obi tie na opebi nkwa de na obetimi na obi a obetimi ade abena why not obetimi atobi na obi de abra obi why so obi nkwa de yeah yeah no Techieman hene nana akonfia meyaw yes Techieman wana jima badu
doma mom yeah na me nchifi Techieman ho me nana no me papa sade ma me sade no wo no mu fi no mu tu bata tu kotena na ama na me nchi ayira sa me ensase o mu ja ho kra sa me omo afa
wone waka kontum ti ya ba unchi
ewia we program a ye pese ye hwe no ye Niger ku ye ene France ne Italy prime minister no so ne French for so twa so se omo no mo export Africa no francophone country na nam so na nipa ba na eba onji immigration ni bi so ambe so obeji omo eno so kan ho na ye san hwe district level assembly election no na ya san hwe betting tax 10% aban so ode aba aye enchine so wo ye maga ntino ewia we ye nin kan hwe district level assembly no na ye hwe betting ewia na ye ko the other cases no ntino dia na wo mai
right enza mo ahwefo no watifo akwaba bio Ghana for wa akwantum ebekaya eya na bobi du a etimi to aba na yeyi omo from assembly members no our electoral areas na by busubi kakrechi na electoral commission nyante so omo yese be baso October ntine na wa twemu ti Wednesday okweda twemu na electoral commission Central Shemu and or the two grassroots say yeah district assembly election the course of Ghana Hano yeah the 19th of December and yeah district assembly elections no what me say now close to the Bono pa now oden some two graduate obi nsemu na baako a otache registration on say ebinimo na 18 years ebinimo ebia bibinti omo antimi register bia yare bi nso omo nso a ebia omo card ayira wasanso abia akwanya to ho a wa wo pese odi ekọ the electoral roll no so wetimi ede ho hyem a busumu ya ba simu aye September yi the the 12th date of September to the 2nd day of October. And electoral commission SRBA registration mo edema Ghana for wanna do and fear do okay. So metimi akotwe omudi na abato no do a metimi akoto aba. Na yini na enim no say open registration say aya na itaye
yeah, otia kayo. Ayo otia ka. Lion, what you can? Internet ni di ehwembo kakra. Oh, ya mangana.
We are so for baby no for na so so man hwa wo de bopa e man ngo na kan hu se wo di otu abro so wo toyem ensa anya aduma no enidi ITS Pro Center me de me fan 80s Pro ITS say bia ya ye tete nkrofo ye ma SIA license na betimi de ewura security na wo de akopa aduma wo hwe se de na nkofo aduma sai no wonya aduma ba bia me kan fama wo aye ITS Pro Center. Any betty amount here. Now on account certificate. Eti adeti na esa wotra wana aka chemse wonya adwuma ye. ITS Pro Training Center no. Anya SI nkwa na ye yo. Ye CSCS card so aka ho. CSCS card nso no. Just one day training pep. Na wo wie nso a unsa besa ka health and safety certificate nso. Enti what why dey? Eti hwankrofo agya hui. Omo wie wo training. Omo akwakwo sha adwuma se wo site. Eti me no for. Muti wo ye den. Enne ya what me kan. Bomodia.
Me ton kakra na ozo omo di omo card ayira na ho na me say o stop here.
Yeah, the can say over 2020 election no ho area ho no be kan Central Kofi Apafu Molobi those area no want me and to about 2020 election. Obe kan generate a lot of heat awo man mu. But maybe akwanya ba say omo so betimi ato aba.
Yeah.
And to usher electoral areas no yes 6,272 across the country. Only two districts and are intimate to abano. This was district level assembly no intimate to in Kranza North and in Kranza South Bono East here. Ghana for the kaya more because of insecurity in Tokwasem ni pension kakra sore wo ho. Until 2019 ana yet two assembly members abano. In Kranza South and Kranza North Etimianto. Number 2 omo 2021. And number 2 omo. So and then election this was level election in Kranza South and Kranza North in the Bono East region. Omo and to be. Number 2 omo 2025. So Osha, this is the issue abetoga with regards to electoral processes. And more amanone ebia unya Ghana card there. If you come within September and October, maybe you get opportunity to betimi etimi akotro di district office or district office. That is the issue. But now complain me about say I didn't call the your polling stations. Now I'm getting closer to the people. Nemum was sending faka. It didn't near faka be 2 hours class on the district capital.
Yeah.
Now you can imagine. So we could do have key the boho. Nipa no betimi atro the dimpo. Na so ntimi antro no saba ade eche so sa boka ekubi. So these are some of the factors among for ka ho asem say ka isido ka ongoing no but I think say isino are taking a stand that way. So this is the situation and we move with regards to the district level assembly election now everybody so 19 December 2023 our Ghana.
Na the entire ebi beto no December na ebi so beto no 2025.
Because we said 2019 you two assembly members abano. That time no oba in Kranza South and Kranza North na pinche si ho ase basabasa kakra ba ho. Antina insecurity omotete information 1 2 na omoto abano 2019 address level assembly election 2019 and for security purpose enti omontimi anto enti omo be 2 omo de no 2021 enti omo 4-year mandate ne nyanso ye omo 4-year mandate ne be so 2025
ansa na omo ye
entina so that is why entina Kranza North and South entimi ento.
Okay, na Ghana card no say omo edi 18 no omo afi edi 18 no omo nyina na enya Ghana card ni bia omo evidence omo betumi dey approve to electoral commission na omo register na because me say omo say obi betuma bedi adanse ama say wo ye Ghana ne
yes.
nipa no so oni Ghana card and so obi betuma akwakoye forward na aka say wo Ghana ne o.
Yeah, that is what the electoral commission, like I won't say electoral commission, no, at the CI, ECOPM or parliament, now in Comopese, or the guarantor system, no, a free electoral process, no, no, solely Ghana card.
Sir,
it could be when both minority and majority, no. As we speak now, National Identification Authority ain't me register Ghana for me now. And we shall say implement that law now. So they asked the EC to go back. No one guarantee system near there. And fan count. Now understand how the parliament number jetu. But the EC no press conference or now. The EC is bent on not changing the whole CI norm. They still stand said they just want to remove the guarantee system. But because of say the CI need to immunity. They say they have that advantage. Say, we get me guarantee amount na omode atro mudin about this electoral registration that cost you.
Not just say when you know now, not just say digitalization. Yeah, the best for the country because.
Absolutely. Everybody will be I don't think say you have somebody in Ghana who is against the digitalization of the nation. No.
Because I know what way easy will be guarantee am I know say about din papa a year ba finish.
Yeah.
See ya ko dey say nkofo be alatafo na address betuma be wurewure mo abra so mo nya Ghana for and answer obi waji.
Yeah, that is what the EC want to prevent. That is
almost speeding up in tantem na na ekọ no ayem waye sisi ano amafo fifi Togo ni ade no mo abewurewure mo abe register na mo ko school free wo mo contribute to amano to mo speed up in tantem afi yehwe tax nsame ya 10% tax ya aba IMP no asho na so ehun sam te say ayote aka
CSCS card so account CSCS card no just one day training pep na we yen so a unsa besa account health and safety certificate so and what why dey e di fiankofo agira we omo bi omo training omo akwakọ sha adwuma se wo site e di me no Ghana for moti why dey and na ya what me kan bomodia na frey our sa numbers we so 079 04 68 6944 079 04 68 6944. Bomadiana Free Nia ITS Pro Training Center. Address and the found somewhere you are bar. But so bet me a rock construction and security. And to the Frey, Naya Kawakasa, yes, out of Casanso. Training Center we, Nasaki Training Center we. 2 years with some certificate now, Yako. We are so probably no for Canada was one man. Would you about pay money? Now, can you say, would you trouble us out of him? And sign judgment any ITS Pro Center. ITS Pro Center. Me me find it is pro. I just say, be ya teaching crop your mount SIA license. Now, but with your security, now they are compared you.
Okay.
Oh, good. Sisiana, my person can be 10% tax or more to bet in Zoa. Akwakoya ho ye wo mine mo no I want something to say
Nana what if for no helpful on all your social media this 10% tax a bindia bano in fact ama the whole abapa especially the youth when Ubangana ha at least most of the youth baby let me akasa ade chia bebrebe o money chepa aye betting centers. Wow. And is a very alarming here. And ade chi na o hwe youth na no say ni eda me phone so ni.
So dwan
na say no say bet. Just so dwan ya na say ɛno either so bɛkɔ betting center ɔna so ɔno ne phone so obetumi ahyehyɛ on ne phone so ɛno ɛna aban ɛde bɛtu gya sɛ deɛ ɔde tuo bɛto so ɛyɛ 10% ɔha mu nkyɛmu du nti sika bi a ɔbɛdi bi afa ne sɛ bi a woto bet no na wodi bi 1,000 fu sɛ ɔmo nte ase de nti aban sɛ wɔde ɛyɛ tax ɛsa bɛto ɔmo betting a ɔmo edidi kakrakra support ɔmo ɛba so and a section of the Ghanaians are politicians so asom one the National Democratic Congress the youth wing of NDC youth organizer Esa Shasie lawyer Oparado
Tianka
must was site. It's been a megana for Mutu Wayading. And they are what to make a Bomodia Nefray. Our son number is 079 04 68 6944 079 04 68 6944 Bomodia Nefray in the year ITS Pro Training Center address and the found was over your bar. But so bet me a reconstruction and security. And to the praying, Naya Kawakasa. Yes, I'll tell Cassanso. Training center we. Nasaki training center we. 2 years with some certificate. Now you're Juma. If we are so probably no for Canas was so my car. Would you pay money? Now can you say, would you 12 bros? I would tell him. And sign that man any D. ITS Pro Center. ITS Pro Center. Me me find it is pro. I just say be ya. Ya tetin crofo. Ya mount SIA license. Now bet me the real security. Now they are go pay adwuma. O hwe said ye na nkofo adwuma sign no wonya adwuma. Baby American farmer aye ITS Pro Center. What any bet me amount it here. Na on saka certificate. Enti adati na esa wo tire na aka chem se wonya adwuma ye. ITS Pro Training Center no. Anya SIA nkwa na ye yo. Ye CSCS card so account CSCS card no just 1 day training pep na wo wie so a unsa besa account health and safety certificate so enti what why dey enti hwe nkrofo agyina we omo wie mo training omo akwakwa sha adwuma se wo site enti me no me ganafo mo ti why dey enne ya what me kan bo mo dia na frey our sound numbers we so 079 04 68 6944 079 04 68 6944. Bomadiana Free in the year. ITS Pro Training Center. Address. And the found was over your bar. But so bet me a reconstruction and security. And to the praying. Naya Kawakasa. Yes, I'll tell Cassanso. Training Center we. Nasaki Training Center we. 2 years with some certificate. Now you're going to if we are so probably no for Canas was so my car, would you pay money? Now, can you say, would you 12 bros? I would tell him. And sign that man any D. ITS Pro Center. ITS Pro Center. Me find it is pro. I just say, be ya. You're teaching crop your mount SIA license. Now, bet with your real security. Now they are compared you man. Who said your net and go for Eduma sign no win your Juma. Baby American farmer. ITS Pro Center. And what any bet you amount it here? Not on Saka certificate. It's the other thing as I was trying to catch up so near my ITS Pro Training Center. And yet, as I inquire you, ye CSCS card so account. CSCS card, just 1 day training pep. Now, we as well, on Sabasa account, health and safety certificate so. And do it why day. And if you are for a Jerry, I'm a young training. Almost aqua must was site. It's been a megana what do I day? And then I want to make a Bomodia Nefray. Our son numbers we so 079 04 68 6944 079 04 68 6944 Bomodia Nefray in the year ITS Pro Training Center address and the found was over your bar. But so bet me a reconstruction and security. And to the praying. Naya Kawakasa. Yes, I'll tell Cassanso. training center we na sa training center we tu wia we sa be ka certificate na o dia ko yi adwuma ewia so po be no fu ahwe na so man hwa wo de bo pay man wo na kan huru se wo di otu abro so a wo tan yem ensa anya adwuma no enidi ITS Pro Center me de me fan it is pro I just say bia ya ya titin crofo ya mount SIA license
TF4 no ya dofo ye ne Iron Akina radio all the way Bono East na ye bo enkomo enso no the internet no ni mwa ye ma Ghana mu ense ni Ghana internet wa wo fa phone frɛ obi kura ya na on and off into no ye try say ye nsabeka Iron ye nsabeka na ye be cheap ni na ya to adwumedie no so but for now no na 10% tax aban de aba betting shop no na yeguso a ye kan asese ya no ho aye dendenden nanka Iron echire ye mu wo ye man Ghana na ye hu 10% tax no ye percent ka ye hu say nipa no edi a oji ni sika na aban ete ne die ni free so na sesen na ye pese nka wo chire mu chire na ye hu no a sisi internet no e ni ehwa bo no bet tax die etiefo no yadofo no na ye de chichire ye man Ghana tax die no na ye de chichire obi a bet aye je say ebibi man no tax no mpanifo no gi a na ebimu edi twom anum spileli nti obi tua na ye ne ya no obi tua na ye ne ya ntina de bia na say ye introduce tax bia na ko ye hoye no nka tax tua de nka ye wasaba aye oti anka
beto kafa
yeah internet no ya na I on and off but
mo check kakra mo mu Ghana so de nya kakra na ye kakra bi pe
into to tax no so 10% tax no
they know medical bit to him say okay the entire man for the I show concern about this task no of late in your mind see your mind like Cecilia da Pansem Sikado do aye hu no ene Ubashe Bank of Ghana 2022 loss or munyaye 60.8 billion Ghana cedi loss at Bank of Ghana enya in the history of Ghana. So now okay who here bring me away na Bank of Ghana $250 million or they could see the national headquarters. These are some of the concerns. And one thing among for second what I'm saying, NPP administration promised the good people of Ghana prior to 2016 election in their manifesto said they will be moving the country from taxation to production. But now they seem say they are doing otherwise. A two are buying with they bano a two no dodo because a buy okay say a buy be the news and taxes a big Ghana for something oba be ye free then you be moving the country from taxation to production. Not a name they are even experiencing worse than that. And then I really concern among for air camp. Ghanaians know say yes, they are the tour and the but they are saying say we still must say the can say you can see we need 20 to Ghana for ya. They just want to see say their money is being utilized. Yes, their money is being utilized judiciously. That is the concern of Ghanaians. That is why I'm for always say maybe waji e-levy sustainability or the abam but Ghanaians are paying. But when I have you to know it will fool as a obukakra and say they buying 10% about so no more in the year. I buying some compensating so it's back and forth. And also NBC so they release they've run up a lot of picketing in the country if the government doesn't suspend or withdraw this 10% tax. Organizer, lawyer, Opariado, don't have the Pablo and San Eshase. So you swear say whether picketing and basso against the 10% tax. So this the issue echoes about this 10% tax of Ghana.
Now tax no kwampo de me say no na ye de your mind be antina da no na can say tax the there some more jet tax there say mo make sure say nipa na mo jet tax no so na adwuma say ya mo mama ne sika kakra de atwa aduane adi na wow na o jet tax na so obi adwuma say na say o man hwe so on fento aduane ndi a I don't think say it is right e kromo a ye wey ye tua 10 na ye a mo fe ne 10 ye tua ne san tua tax but adwuma say a ye mama dan ademu ukwa ye mama dan adem and we betuma kokra na ban ni dan a ye tumi ka say kwaje private na ye ntua bi nso so na ebi a bosome ebi a 320 pound na ye de amasa ji fato aduane di oji aduro free so wadwuma say oji aduro free ukwa hospital free na ade but the ntina Ghana na moji tax na mo mani pa na nso na adwuma say mo mani kakra mfento aduane ni.
Yes, a very good question, Webisa. So these are some of the things that we will play with you, the diaspora, the Muslim in the and that have been the problem. Our Ghana has said, Ghana the BIA so you who the edit one year. And then BIA can was them. Ghanaians, yes, a trouble we have a Ghana food here. But at the end of the day, we won't put them on pine yet. Even school, dying, collabed them, so anything I must say, people are being so concerned about the numerous taxes I labor. So people have started asking questions. Say, the one you've already paid, what have you people, the leaders, done with it that you can demand for another one? So in nutshell, no, I think the Ghanaians are demanding for accountability of their tax. And these are some of the incentives I will kind of Ghana have been here. So when you are bank so with your car, no, you won't get it. And then what bank so I feel a little too come to know.
Almost tax in there. And no one a banjia or dibitia a jumayefo eka ne other services hospital drone bibi and one be na banjia but the main purpose is nipa ni tua tax and it's a some percentage of tax and they to be busy nipa no tua no na adwuma say ya also the man no dey ato aduane for some time but I know I have been there they will talk.
And then okay.
I say penny for na adwene because yes I also dey be 2,000 na me dey adwuma say ya na medie is my problem. It doesn't work like that. And the tax no na eye nipa no kotwa bet no a na odia na ejisika na wo so ana say chire mu say na te.
So nipa no twisika otwa bet no na odia. Say bia me first work what the 1,000 Ghana cedis ya. 1,000 Ghana cedis in Ghana beka on so 900 the beka on so o mette dada na the rest no about the percentage of free na o mo de akama
sana e krom ha nyina no to be honest with you krom ha nyina no udi lotto a o mo tax so enya Ghana nko a UK ha udi 1 million zanka 1 million ni o mo ebe tax so but the thing is utua tax na unya so mfaso wadwuma say they give you something to buy aduane baby abeda ndro hospital on be provide amanti eno na say abani di na ni hwe say wo demand tax dey nipa no so adwuma say wo be man something dey ataduane dey better no happen na wo be dey obeje madwuma say me dey me nkopɛ kwan ya me fa so me didi dey it doesn't work like that. Afei yehwe wo fense yenta France and Italy immigration and somewhere IMP no show no put I am okay production mobile bomb sa wo fense France ne Italy prime minister no eja Impenuasho a omo ekon ayomba na yede no abaso na sisi ya internet no ha adwena nti obebo na etiefo a etie no mo hwe no ehu sa ntokwa na invite na ekoso no.
They maintain their status in the European Union by exploiting their former colonies. Let me read this to you. This is in German. I happen to speak German and French very well, so this will make the translation very easy. Let me read this to you. Frankreich kann seinen Status nur mit Ausbeutung der ehemaligen Kolonien halten, meaning France can only maintain a status in the EU by exploiting the former colonies. And this is a statement of fact. Right now, there is a big battle between the French and the Italians, simply because the Italians are accusing the French that their harsh and inhumane policies against the Africans is causing a lot of internal crisis in Africa. So many Africans or many young people in Africa are migrating through Libya, across the Mediterranean Sea into Italy. And there is this law in the EU foreign policy, in the EU refugee law that states that if a refugee steps into an EU zone or EU territory, the first country of his or her arrival is where he or she has to stay. So because Italy shares border with the Mediterranean Sea to Africa, meaning most of the people who are leaving Africa with boats, the first place they reach is Italy. Not France, not Germany, but Italy. So they are bound to stay in Italy. This means over 90% of the refugees that are coming into Europe first step their legs in Italy. So Italy is bound by this European refugee law to condole these refugees. But who are those causing this refugee crisis? These are the French. Because when they go to Africa, they exploit the people. Those people are left in abject poverty. Most of the youths fleeing away from Africa are running for a search of a better life in Europe, and they fall into Italy. And now Italy has to be spending a lot of money to manage these people. Meanwhile, the French are refusing to receive some of these people. So over 90% of the refugees that are coming into Europe are stepping their legs in Italy. France is saying, no, that's your problem, we don't care. But France is the one causing this refugee crisis. So the Italians are saying, this is nonsense, this cannot continue. Something has to change. And now, look at what is happening. The Americans are always looking to protect their interest. After blowing up the Nord Stream pipeline that was supplying gas to Europe, the Americans are hoping that their business of the LNG gas is going to boom because they are going to be the main supplier of gas energy to Europe. Knowing that the Europeans are trying to build a pipeline through Niger, that will be an alternative. This means this is going to be like a competition to the American energy supply, because now the Americans are very sure they destroyed the relationship of the West and the Russians. So they are the ones that are now in good terms with the Europeans. So they can now supply the LNG gas. But the Europeans are also thinking of an alternative, which would be the pipeline that had to run through Nigeria, through Niger, through Algeria, onto Europe. But now, look at what the Americans are doing. These guys have gone behind and they're trying to make a settled deal right now with the Nigerians. Look at what has just happened. Everybody is talking about the human rights violations in Niger because of the coup. But the Americans are thinking, oh no, this is a good opportunity to make business. So the French are like, what are you doing? You're going to settle a deal with the Nigerian coup juntas? We are trying to fight them. So this is creating a big confusion within the NATO members, and they are beginning to fight themselves. I want you to take a look at this video.
Two European nations are at war, a war where the words exchanged are mightier than actual weapons. You'd be familiar with these two leaders. One, a nationalist prime minister whose coalition came to power with a thumping majority and her no-nonsense approach making the European Union uncomfortable. And the other, leading the largest nation in the European Union, promising a new era. Macron finds himself cornered thanks to a mountain of challenges staring at him. The Macron versus Meloni exchange has now taken a turn that's just more than indirect jibes. But why are the two even fighting in the first place? Hello and welcome. I am Shubhangi Sharma and you're watching First Post. Before we get into the details, let's look at Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni's latest remarks.
Questo si chiama franco CFA. È la moneta coloniale che la Francia stampa per 14 nazioni africane, alle quali applica il signoraggio e in forza delle quali sfrutta le risorse di questa nazione.
Giorgia Meloni says that France exploits the resources of African nations. That is some serious talk by Meloni, whose disdain for France and Emmanuel Macron is growing by the day. With her latest remark, Meloni has hit out at France for the exploitation of African nations, that too on live television. And she doesn't stop there. Her concluding statement will make the theme of this tussle very clear.
Non è prendere gli africani e spostarli in Europa. La soluzione è liberare l'Africa da certi europei che la sfruttano e consentire a queste persone di vivere di quello che hanno.
Meloni has made it clear that African nations have to be freed from the clutches of European nations like France, who continue to exploit them for their own benefit. Meloni's statement comes at a time when France and Italy are engaged in a tussle over migrants for the last few weeks. And it all began with Ocean Viking last month, a rescue ship carrying 237 migrants, including 57 children.
And that's a production.
The Ocean Viking ship, operated by a French NGO, was at sea for nearly 3 weeks earlier this month. This was because Italy denied permission for the migrants to enter their territory. Mind you, a large number of these migrants belong to poor African nations, the same nations that Meloni spoke of earlier. After Italy rejected these migrants, France eventually took the ship in and called out Italy's government for its, and I quote, inhumane anti-migrant stance. Italy, on its part, says it's been handling a majority of the migrants' influx single-handedly, something that should ideally be divided among all European nations. According to the EU's official data, as of 2020, 1.92 million people migrated to the EU. In 2021, asylum seekers came from around 140 countries, with 632,000 applications lodged the same year. In reply to Italy's rejection, France suspended a plan to take in 3,500 asylum seekers currently in Italy. Now the European Union has been forced to step in and dial down tensions and not embarrass the bloc any further. But the two leaders don't seem to be in any mood to slow down. Expect more such blows going forward. This is because there is a fundamental problem with Europe's approach on migrants. It is the fact that the bloc has no concrete policy. Moreover, it has
Wow. I wish episode production kai on beba so na ya cancer in some way.
Post some conventions like this that migrants
We are saying na e ba no. Me na kan say ayo.
Yes, sir.
Video na ye play and so here.
Yes, okay.
Good. Since
Very serious.
Europe na kasa say omo twa so say omo France for exploit Africa no. Omo say sisi the effect no omo feel it. Me na kan say akwala onda na dwo no. But you aso mame.
Okay. Akwala mo minna no. Don't jump on it.
Sa na tie say we as there. Say also mame ho nto me also ho nto.
David, sir.
Omo visa omo ye.
Yes.
A black opposition. Is there na?
Yes, a black opposition.
Italy Prime Minister on Macron try to say onja exploitation on say on our man immigrant no ba na eba or Italy into no. They are spending a lot of money. Britain also spending a lot of money deliver the immigrant. France now all this eduma no. Onje immigrant ni be ono say onje but also now o exploit Africa o former colony na immigrant no.
Yes.
Ba na eba no. What you say?
Nana wo hwe Italy for no omudika omudisa omukasa. Wo hwe de wo kana no krese the way France say exploit Africa. Na we exploit we nyamfa so free African so. E no be na dey Niger ku yaba you.
Yeah.
Ku na abanyina because of France.
France. Yeah.
The way and manner almost say exploit the Nigerian no. Obi omo produce uranium, no money produce light from Kuru. Now when we come to Nigeria, about 70% they need light them. So that is why in here, I know say Nigeria Kuru, I know Irebaho, I know say in transfer uranium so there. That is it. So
we bet to make sure we bet here video you better about the reason why okono omo ekono your video why you be born to the who can you be video no.
Good. So now no France ain't me and can be because almost a share say the Africa what check.
And men are
Africa what check. It's going to say no be Africa. 1% will be
yeah.
No money poor. I don't think 1% will be here. So
yeah.
Then we stop coming to your country.
Yeah.
As for that, I will be to me home. I call me a pump for to me home. Now, it's my 1%. Then I eat for in free Africa.
There be only
come to Africa, the Francophone countries are France, colonize you or Minano. And the France, the same thing on the rebellion, Burkina for the rebellion, money for their rebel against them, again for the same thing. So, and I see I could pay more on the J. So, me and me, for so free African, we did African. We did African. I was listening to one of the international special expert.
Yeah.
Or say, the Africans to me SG moving from France and somewhere. The France economy, no.
Oh, I say,
number 2.
Jack Sherrod, I can no credit. And it's not
number 2. So, Africans, is your son. Now, we need to have France in front of so many.
That's all money here. I'm only here, African.
Oh,
you see, Europe, na kesa sorry etiano, Britain for sorry etiano, Italy for sorry etiano. Say, oba no tum so nyama kro kro anko beto no twede.
Yes. Enti omo dinga so omo we.
Omo ni twa.
O so mo na so omo ji immigrant no.
Sir, because omo no omo nya.
Yes.
Yeah. Na ya fi.
Omo no nya mfa so kesi.
Afe yenhwe omo fa ne sai okun no omo kun no nyina no wo de video no say wenye bi ahwe etiefo na kwa no hwe say bebo kakra okun no omo kun no nyina no wonim ne enti a ni je no omo kun antokwa no wo no
chirementi
ye fa ne sai un say Nord Stream pipe na e blow up no say an ye ntumi hu say hwan e blow no obi a pantene inside to America so omo no mo aye better evidence ne ma say ye hu so omo no mo aye o say won better why no be appointed ne finger ekọ because asemeni adance ne twa ho na ye de adance nipa think say there's no way say Russia obebro na de abra emma income until now hwe na ebe ye America for ne be di say adwuma bet ye nka say 100% ye omo because evidence ne wo until no America the West no omo person omo cut off from Russia because omo believe say Russia are powerful because of omo participating to omo natural resources into no and am no omo powerful no into no omo person omo cut off na uranium no so no baby omo nya bifi Kazakhstan so no udume emfa without Russia you have to pass through Russia and now
Russia
it is still omo sashe Russia for enem into no
Russia
sa inti omo draw plan say sa na tie dia omo ebe build bi wo Niger ebe sha say o Nigeria in worry Niger Algeria Morocco then na ewura Italy na cha say I supply the whole Europe electricity na supply the whole Europe electricity enti anona Putin so hu sa okay say Putin so say US na bro no say mo bro na say mo kwa bidi bi Africa ko ye cheaper there any ono so mpre ono so asene Wagner for abegu South Africa into no kamusam kakra che
well my answer ma ahwefo na tie from soccer about atie for abekaya share busumi ase na enyantie say cool asi ewo Niger I think say we be kind abobo nsam de bre so na cool me e buy no the first announcement ECOWAS meeting mko mo de ba say omo invade Niger with a military force and no and na ebeye ho a obia the continent outside obia kasa and when you go to Niger now say na obi kan Russia is in support Russia for ta Niger for chi and na hwe Niger hono so a and Niger ngwa na yeku Mali ayebi, Burkina ayebi, Guinea ayebi. and we and Kuna amana a creme jail Oceana. Omuna empene the military deployment ECOWAS epese omwede ebeko Niger because Kuna omoye no we say no one is supporting saying coup into democracy. We love our democracy and we still want to protect it. Papa Adiama Dachi. But when you look at who na Koso Niger, people be who we and Niger for no money. So they expect ECOWAS say enka diplomacy no be juma, dialogue be juma. Na ebi amotini den a dialogue yi. Omo ye pe na Nigeria for twa omo kan ne
just see Algeria for
some more. Yes, Nigeria for trouble. Yes. Nigeria can Canadians to say ama Niger part of Niger soon because of sanction with the amount. You see, and many 3 days and almost about Ghana and one of the meeting about a year all the ECOWAS 15 countries comprised of ECOWAS and you mean about Ghana. Before no, you 4 cry free dada. You 4 aye ku amon o ma sanction from ECOWAS. So I can 11. 11 na be kan o de ba Ghana ha no. 11 ni na kwa na we support of military intervention mo person mo de ECO. Niger. They talk say dialogue e be timi aboa diplomacy. We no mo dey community janta ni ni komo. Now, ways are over fast already. But the ECOWAS is sitting somewhere telling them, say, they should make sure, say, the President Bazoum as I be so. And this is what the junta and armies know on someone to. So now they've seen, say, the ECOWAS in some of what continue. And Niger is having the support from Russia and other countries, Burkina Faso. Mali. Almost say Niger minimum. You see, and okay, resolution we pass Nigeria almost Senate no. They don't support the Latino military deployment on person in Nigeria. Because they thought said Nigeria and Nigeria most of the families Fulani follow be if Nigeria follow be so Fulani follow so I can say about far from one way above obviously they have about 4 tribes in Nigeria is here now Nigeria one. So they don't understand why the Latino do one election election the problem that's what called. And the question among for this was meeting. I
mean pipe na.
Yes.
Pipe na omo build the akon so Nigeria worry. What he has into ono obey sika into ono he's protecting the interest. That's the case no. I say what
people are saying is say yeah.
What they are to us so my video na chama.
Don't say why will you support or why will you fight your own African man? I didn't think I said sorry one kasa yonko Africa so. And now no close your borders. They say here ECOWAS be fako. They share Niger. The west side of northwest side of Niger, Algeria no omo Muslim, omo Kremufo. And over the northeast side of Niger, Libya, Eboho. Over the east side, Chad, and Chad, over Ghana, according to Intel, because the Chad was and supported the military intervention. What they are saying is a dialogue on Koso. On Koso, I know Mundi Komo. And then, the ECOWAS and Penimu, our Kasai. Dr. Abdel Fattah Musa, one ECOWAS Political Peace and Security Commissioner. All the ECOWAS military chiefs meeting. Now, no Ghana had 2 days meeting. Also, okay, now no, they will still continue. Until they also message to both from Niger. They will continue with the dialogue. But if the dialogue now will continue with Niger, they have no option than to use the military. And they are saying, say, military not being deployed. No. They are not deploying on the good people of Niger. They are deploying it against the junta. And what people are saying is, to me,
is going to affect Inipa Etioman, no more creativity.
That is it.
No more creativity. Refugee camps, refugees are
yeah. So, and you and crowd the Krataba, caution ECOWAS of Fahudi or more Tiatia Niger for a Fahudi or more Tiatias. So, people are asking, say, so on what basis grounds obeying so no more they echo? And if you are more, what people are saying, expert, ex-military men are saying, they say, ECOWAS and Nankasa and lack credibility. A more credibility issue. Because ECOWAS, Techieman, Alassa Ouattara,
exactly.
Are extended. I'm the constitution and run a term. Yes, why in look at ECOWAS only the new oil. This unconstitutional way, ECOWAS for much. ECOWAS for Ukuna Mutieno. Dear Namobe Africa. Good governance. Then a more has a bit me a question. That is it. So people are questioning the credibility. ECOWAS moved na most of the coin. What to come and amount for changing constitution? ECOWAS more condemn. No. And so this is CB. Then we can general there. So this is a question among for ABC and Mr. Amissah, the way the judge for national award now, both border air or land borders now. Ghana for and because of that war, back Ghana to see a Jamie war Ghana, Jamie war Koso or Ghana because of the because Kasa. And come the jail, Kofan, Jamie at the back Ghana in our castle stop war.
Wow.
Many 3 days, I think somebody will do come on. The thing is, Shigana forecast 2. 2. What Shikano, do bang, what Shigana car, 2. Bakude, Jamie neighbor, but also the base neighbor, Ghana. So, you can imagine, say, just Russia. Ukraine war, thinking Ukraine have affected the Ghana. That is why I'm for the air Kasenka, or Penny, entry Ghana from free, do free some attendant special Cote d'Ivoire, or Tara Bago this year, Ghana for Bianco. I didn't think I made the English scam on Penny, Tasano Manasumu. So, I'm the talk of the day.
Nyamenfa Professor Mills say do fiasem na ye fane say sisi ana president Nana do no ye ECOWAS commissioner na
ECOWAS commission but ojinamu bendende obi a
onye ECOWAS commissioner ni
militaries ECOWAS military chiefs ni na abaye meeting ukuru de no say you are in support of everything.
Yeah, but I didn't know. One of your ECOWAS commissioners is here.
Tinubu, Nigeria.
I done a meeting or one Koyano Nigeria, no one make a decision to go. Now, my bayan or Ghana, and to be about make as a Ghana, I can't want to know
Ghana, yes, and many public aside, no war. Because of this war, we will be Niger, my friend, or Mama Abit. I say, and we are not Ghana president, your man, Canadian, Niger, or media, until I say, Ghana, for me, so we call radio, let's go defend it. So, that's now, shot picture, actually, Niger, for us, say, in Paul Masson. So, that kind of relation, Niger, for me, and Ghana, for me, also, Niger.
Because already, I don't know. 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 Because already, I So red almost a Ghana trust me no for Jenny omo twejatum.
Omo twejatum drebe ba ko be beans e ba ko so e de Jenny member. And this American to me say we can not Jenny boy dey in Ghana.
Na to kwane ma ko no ma sha asi kuma yani.
Drivers need street Ghana here. Car me dey o ma shine drebe.
Na
the Ghana for the Africa of person omunya nkomaba. But because of the ECOWAS security, Nigeria for also person maybe on border. Omo is very tight with the Russians, the Wagner's no. Say almost omo is very tight. Okay, so ECOWAS so Obama. They are waiting. Because of that, I'm not for huncho. Ghana for now could do now. Omo tinima. Now the dangerous thing they say, oh back now, if you so where I will be tikra there bano. Oh, Bawa Hano of the Piso, or Boko Haram Fosso, or Mukrabesa Joku. It is say. So you can imagine the trauma people more. So we are hoping. And during one meeting by ECOWAS, a year or more, a penny, Dr. Abdel Fattah Musa, were the head of the military chief security commissioner. But they are together, they will continue with the dialogue, the diplomacy. And if it fails, almost say you can say almost deployment of military to Nigeria, almost from table, so and that's all the call. And they decided say they will pull about 5,000 troops out with the call.
Now when you ninty say Ghana say I confirm so ebe deploy troops now. What it be sir?
Oh yes, that is it. Because the thing is, last, I think it's about 3 days, no, I think it's Wednesday, no, the chairman of the Interior and Defense Committee, our Ghana's Parliament, Honorable Kennedy in Japan, and Central for Picture on B say no, or say yes, one place will say Omunko fighting, the security of the nation. Now, Omunko, na so we see so the chairman of the Defense Interior Committee of Ghana's Parliament, Honorable Kennedy Japan, Atinia Kasasa said yes, and the main meetings are also the government side media, they are in support. Say when it comes to say Yonkwa, they will deploy.
Now, ebi so I can say pipe here or person medically. In the long run, so Sunday being so can say be a Yakopon the Europe for no sir Sabeshe yenum because almost do so a time will come, yes, you better make us a 1 year way to the yes, you have to make session of Sunday be so better. Yambo video no kakrabi might for now a 12 minutes by Yamboning na ye boka crab na fe a tear for Nakasa call YouTube no mark bomb my dear no moiety. Enti my yamba kakra bi na amanfo hu pipe kra ye ka ho asem no production mo hwehwe man kakra na yemfa so ye pese tiefo ye hu no mo hu sa nya bosire ka rare asem na ye nya wa ha no
oh say so pipe na
how this is concern Russia, how this is concern Ukraine, how this is concern America, how it concern France, and how it concern the entire Europe, how it concern Nigeria, and how it concern ECOWAS and the Niger Republic. This pipeline issue where they talk about uranium and everything, this guy don't.
Yeah, but video no nti my tie for enko hu na later no man kasa ko bomb ade ati ye boka krabi. Enti production bona amanfo hu video kra ye ka ho asem ne pipe kro no.
Analyze and give them clean breakdown. If you miss to watch this video, you will never understand exactly what is going on in Niger Republic. You will never understand why Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the entire ECOWAS is pushing so hard on top this matter. What if you may hear me share and make other people get this information? This guy is brilliant.
Hope you're doing great today. Okay, so in view of the traumatic events rapidly unfolding in Niger Republic on the western side of Africa, I decided to see if I could do my little best to equip us a little bit with some knowledge and some understanding of what is really happening in that region, because I feel like it is time for those who know how to pray to begin to pray. But I also feel like you won't be able to pray effectively if you don't have a sufficient amount of information on what is really happening, so that you don't pray amiss, like we say in Christianity. Okay, so ever since this whole thing began to happen, the coup happened in July, I think it was July the 26th, and a new military regime was born in Niger Republic, and the guy who was there, Mohamed Bazoum, was ousted and, kept in his home, house arrest. He's been in detention ever since. And since that time, there has been a whole lot of activities. Like ECOWAS had given ultimatum that expired last Sunday and said if you don't restore or cede power to this guy, there could be some type of military intervention, and that didn't happen. Eventually, the ultimatum expired, and rather than cave to ECOWAS's threats and pressure from international community, the military junta in Niger was even more emboldened by the number of people that showed up at the stadium to give them some love and cheer them up and thank them for delivering the nation from the stranglehold of colonial France. Can you imagine that? So the people are extremely happy with these guys who took over power from Bazoum. Now, if you follow me on Twitter and you have followed some of my posts, you would have noticed that every time we make posts about what really is the bone of contention, we keep talking about uranium because, of course, Niger Republic is one of the biggest suppliers of uranium in the world. Like, people are even saying that up to 35 to 40% of the uranium supplies that go to Europe come from Niger Republic. They also get uranium from Kazakhstan. It used to be also Russia. They get from Russia as well. In fact, I read a report recently that despite all the sanctions they slammed on Russia, that they did not slam Russia with any sanction on uranium export, because sanctioning Russia on export of uranium means that the whole of the European Union's energy need is going to be scrapped. They are going to be thrown into darkness big time. Yeah. So, but even though they did not sanction Russia with respect to uranium export or shipment to Europe, they are making alternative plans to make sure that in the nearest future, they wouldn't have to depend on Russia to get the uranium. And so where are all the other alternatives and plan Bs they have? Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan gives them uranium. About 26% of the uranium supply to Europe is from Kazakhstan. But then the problem is that everything that has to do with the shipment of their uranium from Kazakhstan to Western Europe, it goes through Russia. So Russia is responsible. So without Russia, even though Kazakhstan has uranium for them, without Russia, they cannot receive the uranium. And now the next plan B they have is Niger Republic, because this uranium is very powerful. It is using nuclear reactors. That is how they are able to keep their energy alive in Europe. Now, Niger Republic is the next one. And can you imagine that a coup has taken place and the coup plotters are loyal to Russia, the same Russia that Europe is trying to run away from. And now they have now cut all supplies of uranium to France and America. Think about that. So we've been emphasizing on this, that this is the major bone of contention, but I want to bring you up to speed on something that I haven't really talked about. And that thing will shock you, because if you ask me what is the real bone of contention, it is the one that I'm about to talk about right now. Many of you heard about the Nord Stream pipeline underwater explosion. Nord Stream is the major pipeline that moves gas from Russia to Western Europe. Right? And you heard there was a time that it was blown up. That is something that I would say is a massive dent on Russia's economy. It doesn't mean it crippled Russia, but it was a hit that Russia really felt. And guess what? Every single person, including Russians and many high-profile American politicians, pointed accusing finger at who? At the United States of America, and said it was America that blew it up. The United States of America has not officially taken responsibility for that, but everybody says it's America. Russia is 100% sure that it's America that blew it up. And when that was blown up, America now became the sole supplier, not sole supplier, but a major supplier of gas to Europe. Now, here is where Niger comes in. I want you to listen very carefully. Yeah? Now, that Nord Stream has been blown up because Europe wants to get away from Russian gas. Everything that Russia gives, they want to cut off from it. They want to have alternatives from other places. But here's what's going on. There was an idea that was going around since the 1970s that eventually came to a place of fruition somewhat in 2002. And I'm going to read you this now. There's something called Trans-Saharan Gas Pipeline. The Trans-Saharan Gas Pipeline, TSGP, also known as Niger Pipeline and Trans-African Gas Pipeline, is a planned natural gas pipeline from Nigeria to Algeria. It is seen as an opportunity to diversify the European Union's gas supply, not France's gas supply, not Spain's gas supply, the European Union's gas supply. Now, what it means is that if this Trans-Saharan gas pipeline actually goes through, that Europe does not need Russian gas anymore. So, this idea of the Trans-Saharan pipeline was first proposed in the 1970s. On 14 January 2002, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, and Algerian National Oil and Gas Company, Sonatrach, signed the Memorandum of Understanding for preparations of the project so that it will begin. Then in June 2005, NNPC and Sonatrach of Algeria signed a contract with Penspen Limited for a feasibility study of the project. The feasibility
Betonka. Yes.
African Union because of this pipe must
Oh,
go
yes.
on. It is
Okay. And they are accusing France and Americans say, Omona, Omo asa Omo shishe, ECOWAS for nechi Omo yes. That is what some people are saying. So let's wait and see.
Oh, Samon. Ye
Yes,
besre,
sir.
ye man pene nanado say on consider this no on take a right decision because
Yeah.
ye pese e be creating more refugees abe gu Ghana na ye na mo na kasa ye ho kire ye ndada na asa ko create another refugee bioma asa abe gu yeso ko hwe ECOWAS ya baby hodwo an Ghana nti e ba e hwa no mo ba na we nso de untumi stop obi asa member because mo na makoka ntokwa no nti so mo ba you can't stop nobody na sisi ano e da no ye hu say Putin e de two bomber planes akosi South Africa
Yes.
Enti e hono so uhun say mate say ho na so monitor flow say dey uhun say.
Yes, and okay. So once Putin on the November Niger coup you say Niger for the way be our best support to and I think say some of them know personnel maybe a war Niger and other mobilization more yet in case say ECOWAS for your emergency or more to in Niger for so the be on make sure on condemn on everything free South Africa. That's why on shall say be on Munyama ebegu ho kakra parke on surveillance because on person we closer in case of anything here they can rush quickly and intervene.
Wow. Utenka enti no etiefo na yadofo na ekoso no ni o entokwa no na ya bọ bibi kakra de ya kire wo no nti no wankasa no wo betumi akọbọ wa YouTube akakoti even JC Okechukwu on analyze entokwa no the reason why nti a entokwa na ekoso is all about European Union omo gas pipeline omo cut away from Russia nti no baby on benye bi no Africa nti no near their direction ni ko nyina according to Okechukwu analysis or the buy in actually say EU for na e pushi African Union offense say ECOWAS for no say some gas pipeline and maswa and just say whole EU will be darkness because Kazakhstan omunya beef no you have to pass through Russia to get there Russia so na omo say we enti no na na e enti no kwan bi aso no de ento kwan de la crise be baso bet e bi so kan say e baso a ebi ana yakopon so the EU for no South African sabium because and there about so a time come African so betuma ka say mo yewe so no yeso yedum no sana manfo so ekeka enti no ntokwa na omo ko no ase no gas pipeline no ade ni so be no enti ono tinebu no de ono protecting interest because ade na sha say fin worry Nigeria also obenya cash and to be a protecting interest na ye Ghana no na ye penny say e be so bi be ka kokan ye wo mi say ye union wa we need to work together there but there we are obi konya mfaso mfaso mbere wo de ntina ado ho kwaji already na e say Ghana tracks bi no a e ko ni je ko fa je ne ade ro mo tweja tumi dada na manfo na tumi adwane ti ye be sre president say this decision we no omon take no very very wisely and careful na ankofa asem amra ye ho no terrorists be ma Ghana African countries etwa enwe hia na ECOWAS terrorists akoko ho ye ne yenye bisa ye mpese obi abeba befa betototo bomb because of this thing ekoso ye be sere papa ye entene penefo no hwe bibi ye yensa ka ayo anka or the final word ba ye nanka ye de jumede no ekonewe ayo yeah enti no oba rap no apa amaya naja ye de jumede no akwawie ye
wow ti yebada ya hwefo na tiefo ase se omotimi ene ye de jumede de
yeah too
and hochire bia company aba hochire bia company so the best man penny say rather no one thinking about your welfare mum na o hweno to no ma no why because say everywhere the bia is boys are system na hot the best in say kakra we do ho
yeah that's iron yeah that's pa iron o ti anka iron ayo ti anka yeah that's say
okay
your friend no only be born enkomo na ye hu ntokwa no ne ekoso wo Ghana
okay
no yankopon boa
because I share tea for boss update bia be bia no ye ma ye home tea before aso ensi ho ye do be din komo chiama ko suma me ho
okay
na chia tea for na info ni na
okay
e ma mu nyina
ye da say yankopon boa next week nyame boa
what me da say so yo me da say bye
bye ye da etie for no yadofo no yahwefo home tv pay attention jumedie and ohwe ne you breaking it down to kwano ne ekoso Ghana e de ama ho nyame boa next week ye besan ehia yakra mo bye bye